accident?
No. 212. What's your name and badge number?
So, sir, you're not part of the accident, but yet you're shining that light to distract officers? Is that what's happening? Because that's what it appears like what you're doing to me. So for me, as an officer safety issue, I have every right to look at you because my eyes are supposed to be focused on the injured individuals that are over there.
I wasn't shining any light at you until...
It appeared that you did, sir.
Until you started shining it in my face.
Actually, sir, it appeared that you did. So I have every right to make sure that for officer safety that you're not looking to harm myself, any of the other officers, or any of the injured individuals that are across the street. Because my focus is on the injured individuals that are across the street.
Go back to your car, please.
So I can't do that until I know what your purpose is here.
I'm filming. What do I look like? I'm filming, sir.
So, as I said, it's an officer safety issue.
What's your name
that I
and
have
badge
to.
number?
Sir, under the circumstances, I'm just going to stand here and just make sure that my other officers are safe, okay?
What's your name and badge number, please?
So,
okay.
And until that accident is cleared up and I make sure that the officers are safe and that none of these other individuals, maybe like yourself, that has intent to harm them.
I don't have any intent.
Then I'm just going to make sure that doesn't happen, sir.
What's your name and badge number?
So.
You smell like you've been drinking tonight.
Actually, I haven't been, but is that something that you typically show up to an accident scene to try to observe and say that an officer has been drinking when we have injured individuals and you actually show up to accuse an officer of drinking? Is that typically... What's your name, sir?
I don't have to give you my name.
Okay.
Unless if I've been suspected of a crime.
Well, no, as I said, sir, I would just hope that most citizens would be concerned about the individuals that have been injured in the accident.
I am concerned.
Obviously, you're not, sir.
I am.
Your focus is on me, which it should be, if anything, on the injured individuals that are across the street. My focus is on officer safety and the individuals that are injured.
I don't like Larry Hogan, in case you couldn't tell. I'm a little bit reserved with my opinions, a little bit on the guarded side.
On the party. Yeah, I got an extra. I deserve my heart. We're getting all the love out here, sir.
It's freedom of speech.
Go!
But can I have your ID just so I can...
What reasonable, articulable suspicion do you have that I committed a crime that I should require to identify myself in the state of Maryland? It's not a stop and ID state. I haven't committed a crime.
I'm a uniformed officer asking for your ID.
This is not a stop and ID state. You have no RAS that I committed a crime. I will not ID because I don't legally have to.
You do legally.
No, I don't. It's not a stop and ID state. You don't suspect me of committing a crime. You have no probable cause to believe I committed a crime. So you can't ask me to identify unless you have RAS that a crime occurred, is occurring, or is going to occur.
I believe he is right.
No, I'm telling you, it's not a stop and ID state, and I've gone through this. I've been doing this every day for 6 weeks. Do you know how many different officers and state's attorneys, including your state's attorney, I've already dealt with?
What state's attorney?
Your state's attorney for your county, Worcester County, Worcester, whatever. I don't know, but look me up. I'm on the news. The lady that I called and the lady that made the press release through the Ocean City Police Department last week that's been all over the news that says I am protected free speech and you can't do anything about it.
Oh, I'm not doing anything about it.
It was in the paper. Remember the guy with the sign on the boardwalk? That's me.
I wasn't. I've been on vacation for 2 weeks.
You can call, well, this was 2 weeks ago. You can call Officer Matthew Foreskin, Corporal Matthew Foreskin, Ocean City PD. Ask who the guy with the sign is. He'll tell you in 2 seconds. He's working tonight.
So you don't want to give me your ID?
I didn't commit a crime. Otherwise, I would gladly ID if I committed a crime, but I didn't commit a crime.
We're just having a conversation.
Right. This is a consensual encounter. This is not a detainment. I'm not being detained, nor am I being arrested.
No, I don't plan on arresting you. You're doing free speech.
Right. So why would I ID to free speech? It's a constitutionally protected right to all American citizens.
I'm just here talking.
You can call me good citizen. Proud to be an American. You can call me Lee Greenwood. You can call me anything except for late to dinner.
Am I being detained? Am I being detained? Yes or no? Am I being detained?
At this point, yes. I need to figure out which.
Okay, well, if I'm being detained, I will stay. Please stay 6 feet back, though, by ordinance. Can I get your badge number, please, to start?
We are on Sally and. Here's a plot. Sir.
What's your badge number? Oh, 134. Thank you.
So the business is calling regarding a suspended person in the area. Right?
What's suspicious?
You're walking around the business, filming inside windows from what they're telling you.
I'm exercising and taking pictures. Other than that, though, I don't answer questions.
You're exercising.
I'm exercising, like walking,
Okay.
and
That's
taking
perfectly
pictures,
fine.
which is perfectly legal. No
So
laws
the-
being broken.
Again, I'm getting called here, like you're aware.
No, definitely. You have
Yeah.
to. You have to do your job.
Perfect. The business is calling saying you're recording inside window.
I'm recording from a sidewalk, whatever I can see.
Okay.
And if their windows are, open, I'm welcome to record whatever I can see from the sidewalk.
that you are, again,
If they
right?
don't like it, they can close their blinds.
Okay. Is there any reason you're doing that?
I don't answer those questions.
Okay. Do you have a name?
I do.
What's your name?
I'm not going to give
Can
it.
you keep your hands out of your pocket, please?
Uh,
For my safety and your safety, I don't know what you
it's
have
cold.
in your pocket.
I'm going to go like this. Look,
If I can't pat you down,
I'm not letting you pat me down.
exactly. So I need you to keep your hands out of your pockets.
And I'm not breaking any law by putting my hand in my pocket.
It's a safety concern, right? And we tell that to anybody we contact. So until I can pat you down,
Well, I'm not
make
gonna let you
have-
pat me down.
And I'm not asking you to, but I want to explain to you until I can say safely that there's nothing in your pocket that's going to hurt me. I'd ask you to keep your hands out of your pocket.
You got it, buddy.
Perfect. Thank you. So what's your first name?
I'm not gonna give it.
You have my name and you have my badge number, right?
Just call me a law-abiding citizen.
So then when you ask me for my badge number,
You're required by your code of conduct in your manual.
I'm required.
You're required to give it to
I'm
me in a
required.
courtesy manner.
Okay, so you are
And
being detained.
upon request, you're
You
also
are being detained like you've been told. So
Yes.
when you are detained, you need to identify
nope.
yourself.
Only if I'm under arrest.
No, it's not.
The law does not say I have to give identity, and
I
you
don't know
can't.
who I'm talking to.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to.
Yeah, so you can be a wanted felon. And
I
you tell
could
me
be.
I don't need to know that.
I could be,
Okay.
but just like those people over there, she could be a wanted felon. Did you get her ID?
She's working for the.
Did you
company
get her
that's
ID?
calling
How do you know she's not a felon though?
me. She's working for the company that's calling.
How do you know she's
I'm
not a
here
felon?
investigating her. I'm investigating you, sir. Businesses don't know what's going on, so all they're doing is wanting to know who you are, right?
Well, it's none of
and
their
what's going
business
on.
who I am.
And you're right. That's fine, right? So again, someone walking around the area, filming, it's a little odd, right? And if you're just doing
Odd,
it
but
just
not
'cause-
illegal.
If you're just doing it just cause, you're good to go.
All right, so I'm good to go at this point.
Do you have any questions for me?
Nope.
Okay. Have a good day.
So badge 134, and was it Martinez? Gotcha.
So, right, just like you can see that, and you can
Well, you're a
talk
public
to me.
official. You work for me, the
And
taxpayer.
it's even worse.
I don't work for
because-
you.
And it's even worse because I don't know who you are.
You're right, but you
For a
approached
safety-
me. I
for a
didn't approach
safety
you.
standpoint,
I didn't
right?
approach you.
For a safety standpoint,
I didn't
sir.
approach you, brother.
It goes two ways, man.
And
I'm
I want
doing
you to
my
be
job.
safe. I want you to be
And I'm
safe.
doing my job. So you don't have anything else for me, man?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Not too bad. Just keep your hands where I can see him. I see your carry in there. So
Yeah.
Just,
Is it
So
okay?
he's got a 1088 handgun. I'm code 4. Yeah, we just got a call about a guy. I actually said you had a rifle. But a guy walking, taking
that's-
pictures of the Sev.
That's awesome. A rifle.
Yeah.
I wish, because I'm actually looking at an AR-15 with the forward grip and everything. Oh, I can't wait to get some new stuff. But well, actually, if you want these aren't.
Just don't reach.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep your hands away.
All right.
You live here in Daybreak? Or?
Yeah. I live up on Harriman, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't happen to have any ID on you?
I do, but am I required to give it?
Well, at this point, I'm just talking to you, and I just like to get your name to document. If somebody calls back because you're carrying a firearms.
You could call me a good citizen, I guess.
Okay.
Because if I haven't broken any laws, by the law, I'm not supposed to give it out. So
Well, I'm making a lawful request for it. I'm just asking.
I know. Well, you can ask, but unless I'm breaking a crime or committing a crime,
Well,
in
you
the
don't have to be committing a crime. You can just be committing suspicious behavior, and I have the right to ask you for your ID.
Yeah. Well, you could ask, but I can also refuse because again, it's my constitutional right not to give it up if I haven't committed a crime.
Well, no, that's not the case. You don't have to. I can request you to give me your ID, and I can require you to give me your ID. Just doesn't have to be a crime being committed.
Well, there has to be a crime committed to get the ID.
No,
you can request it. That's the thing. When you said you can request it, doesn't mean I have to provide it unless I'm suspected of committing a crime has been committed, or you expect me of going to be committing a crime.
Well, like I said, we just got to call a suspicious person on you. And that is enough for me to ask for your ID and for you to give me your ID.
That car's right in the middle of the road, just so you know.
Okay. So,
But
why don't you just go ahead and tell me who you are real quick, and we'll be on our way.
well, no offense, but I don't have to. If suspicion was a crime, a lot of people would be getting arrested. But
Well, again, there doesn't have to be a crime for me to request your ID.
I'm just also going to point out that car is literally stopped in the middle of the intersection.
Okay. Well,
That's an actual crime. Yeah,
Okay.
You're kind of getting on my case for just walking and flexing my rights.
all right. Just hang tight for just a second.
All right.
All I would tell you is just educate yourself on what the laws are.
I have.
We're not going to have a push to shove with you about who you are, but just realize that yes, what he's telling you is actually correct.
But if I haven't committed a crime, there's no reason for me to provide the ID. You guys can request it all you want, but again, if there's no crime and just walking around, it's not like I have the right to say no.
You do. I'm telling you. I want to go back and read what that code says.
I have.
So you understand it properly.
Yep, I read it like 5 minutes before I left.
Just know, the only reason we want it is so that if people continue to call back is, hey, we've already spoke with John Doe.
Well,
John's fine to be carrying a weapon.
Yeah, well, if someone does call and matches my description, you can be like, yeah, it's legal for him to carry. It's legal. What he's doing is legal. So their worries and fears don't outweigh my constitutional rights.
How do we know that you're not a restricted person that's able to carry guns? That's
unless I commit a crime, you don't. But that's, again, not on me. That's on you guys. And honestly, this officer has probably observed, I'm not worth a threat in any of that.
If you are restricted and you're carrying a gun, then you are committing a crime.
Well, but
the
again,
only way we can verify that you're restricted is to verify your identification.
Exactly, but the only way to identify me is if I have committed a crime. If I had jaywalked, then by all means. But from what you've said, the only thing you've gotten is I was taking photos of a gas station and walking.
Okay, well, that's a suspicious behavior, and that's enough for us to do.
Yeah, that's enough for you to make contact, but not enough to ID.
Well, when you're carrying a firearm and I don't know who you are, and I don't know if you're a restricted person, that is enough. That's what we're saying.
Usually law-abiding citizens that are out here carrying weapons want to
Not necessarily, because it's, again, our constitutional right to carry arms, to walk around, and also, if no law has been broken, to keep their identity safe.
Well, what brings you out here to South Jordan?
Well, I live here, so for one thing. I also was commenting on how hot it is outside and just walking around. It is, I know it's not, normal for people to do this, but I honestly wish people would, because then, honestly, these kind of situations wouldn't happen as much, because then you guys would know, oh, hey, a call came in about a suspicious person walking around. He has a gun? Okay, well, unless he's committed a crime, no offense, don't worry. Can I get your name and badge number, by the way?
I'm Officer Hart.
Officer Hart?
Yep.
And badge number?
5057.
5057?
Sergeant Whatcott.
Sergeant Whatcott?
5023.
5023. All right. All right. Well, am I being detained?
I can show ID.
You got any ID on you?
Huh?
Do you have ID on you?
You need my ID?
Huh? If you have it.
For what?
Because you're walking through a parking lot recording all their vehicles. That's
So you need my
suspicious to me.
So you need my ID?
If you have it, yeah.
I don't understand what you need my ID for recording.
Because you're walking through a parking lot recording all the cars.
What's your name and badge number?
Detective Webster.
You?
Detective Morley. Detective Smith.
Oh, y'all all detectives. Okay.
Do you have your ID on you, bud?
Nah, I haven't committed a crime, have I?
I didn't say you did.
You're still being suspicious and we still have a right to know.
Is suspicious a felony or misdemeanor?
It's an investigation. You just said we're all detectives.
Okay, man, suspicious is not a crime.
What's the purpose of making the video?
I don't want.
Understand it's also a safety thing as well?
How's the safety thing? Y'all seen me? Y'all was getting out of the car. Y'all was about to go into the building. Name and badge number?
What are you doing?
Name and badge number?
Lieutenant Celia.
Thank you.
Do you have ID or not, my man?
No, I don't.
No? What's your name?
Just call me good citizen.
What's your name, good citizen?
You don't need my name.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate it, though.
All right.
I'm gonna go on continue recording. I have a feeling they're gonna come back though. They're around the corner.
Location's gonna be Route 5, picture of you, southbound.
I'm before you request that too.
He's got a tattoo on his hand also.
Yeah, I also got this.
Okay. Appreciate that.
I like your backup.
Of course.
It's like a picture of a face.
It's Martin Luther King.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? Did I break a law? you have your ID on you?
Did I break a law?
Well, you're walking on our department taking pictures. You're being kind of suspicious. I just want to know who you are.
I'm not doing anything nefarious.
Okay, but you're walking around acting suspicious, man.
I'm not doing anything wrong. I told you what I was doing.
Yeah, but you're also acting suspicious. You want to tell me exactly what you're doing.
What's your name? Bailey?
Yep.
What's
I know
your
you're recording this. Okay.
What's your badge number?
8.
Number 8?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing anything wrong. I told you exactly what I was doing. Said hey to you.
Yeah.
Like I'm not out here.
You,
If I'd broken a law, I'd most gladly give you my ID.
okay.
You know?
What's the problem with it? I mean, dude, if you would just give me your ID, I can see who you are and I'll leave you alone. That's all.
I haven't done anything wrong though.
Okay. Okay.